Hey everybody, Demo here with our Nexus King Saladar kill. Um, this video comes out a little late just because I was on vacation, but we killed it about 2 weeks ago. This video actually won't be a kill vid, but it'll be all the way up to the Enrage, and they ended up killing it basically the next raid day that I wasn't there. So obviously I was the problem. But yeah, so we'll start off here with the biggest areas of concern and biggest like prog point for you guys. Most likely when you get to this boss, you'll be around the 12 to 15% raid buff and turbo boost has come out. So really it is just all about mechanics. And the first thing will be the spirits. Spirits will be so big and there is a trick with druids. They can cyclone people. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. And then your last pain point will be in phase 3. Will be back to kindergarten with your lefts and your rights. And then it'll also be whether you're going at 4-7, 5-6, or 4-7. Just depends. And we'll talk more about that in phase 3. So let's get started. As you see, I'm on balanced druid here. Our main tank came back. And just walk through our kill here and try to give any tips and pointers for you. So right on pole, can take lots of damage. You do not pot on pole. You pot at the burn phase. So it's at like 425, so you don't get two pots this boss, just one. Now, the first thing that I'm going to point out here is that what's a really big prog point is that when you notice that this first dragon leaves, this could be this dragon, it could be a different dragon, but you know that everybody is baiting right here, like right behind the boss. Okay, so you're gonna bring the boss over to one of the sides, and this first dragon, this took probably even like me like 30 to 40 pulls before I started to realize like um, kind of what this meant and how this could help us. And so what I'm trying to say here is that I know that this beam that the boss is going to shoot, the dragon's going to shoot, is going to come right here. So we know that if the first one is a soak, we want to make sure that we pull the soak a little higher. And so I'll kind of show that here. So we're baiting here. I know that the soak's going to be here. It's third soak, so it only really matters if it's first. But look at this beam right here. This one spawned right here. So if it was first soak, and if it was conquer first, and you put the conquer right here, you would have everybody getting hit. So our call later was that we would want to make sure that our conquer would be a little higher up. So you're watching for that first dragon, whatever first dragon it is, and just do not put the conquer where that is. That'll save a ton of pulls for you as well. Okay, so as you can see, we start to move here. Double vank into third conquer. You always soak the third one. This is pretty standard stuff if you've done any research on it. Use a defensive on these, and you should live. Now, since it's conquer, sometimes if it's conquer vank, it just depends. You can pre-spread. So I would always call after the third one. You go to your spread spots. So as you can see, we have a really good spread here. We have our range pretty far out, and we're going to get lines. We were pretty good with this the whole progression point. I don't think we really had that many deaths to claws, but as you can see, kind of just find your spot and stand still. No big deal. Just don't overlap and don't put anything in the middle. Got plenty of room. So here comes into the first spirit. Again, I will say that the Nexus Queen thing, like the Delve boss, if your group's really struggling, practice with this. It can help out a ton. So the line helps. You just line it up and soak it down. I don't have to cyclone anybody yet, which is nice. Again, we see this dragon is first. This is the first dragon where I'm circling. So I know that our soak spot cannot be mooned because everybody's right here. So you know that the dragon's breath is going to come right down the middle. So we should, if Conquer's number 1, we should put it right here. Okay. And I'm not exactly sure. It's number 3 again. So we got kind of lucky. But as you can see, it's coming right here. We just circle around. No big deal. And you're good. So then we have our conch in the back. SLT is goaded for this fight. Very, very good. And just dodging. And so then we come back into a pre-spread. Nice and easy. We have good spreads here, lots of spots. The better you call that pre-spread, the less deaths you're going to have to claws. That's simple. So as I can see here, we have our second spirits coming up. I call this part, I call the second spirits, and make sure that we line up. Well, however best to do it for each class. So here, and you can see, now this one is, I can see that everybody has 1 stack, so I know that everybody's done everything correct so far. I roar here and get us to our spot. This could be a 1. We just saw that this dragon left. So we know that this beam is going to be coming down right down the middle. So we would know that our soak is going to be over here. Again, that is super important for your progression. So it's first, as you can see, if we sit right here by star, right in front of star, there's going to be a beam coming right down the middle. So we want to take this over to the side. So we take it over to the side, everybody lives. Normally, on your first couple pulls, if you don't realize that, that's a wipe. It goes right through, right? So that's why I'm really trying to call that out in stress. Now, as you can see here, Bear missed a soak, okay? And that's okay, because he can soak with a tank and turtle, so he can fix it. Let's see if he does. It'll be on number 4. And then this is Conquer. We call a pre-spread. This is the tough pre-spread as well. if it's bank at the very end, but we always have our range come off to the side. We have melee get off the boss. It doesn't matter. Like your damage does not matter at all. Get off the boss and just do this soak, right? So bear soaks. Let's see. He does not. So I know I'm going to have to cyclone bear most likely. Okay, I see he has 1 stack left. We'll see if anybody else gets it. So I go here and I do my 3 and bear's the last one and Tark gets hit too. Okay, so we know that we're going to cyclone 1 and bear res the other. So as I see here, they get MC'd. Now who do I pick here? I cyclone bear and then we kill off Tark. And so I cyclone and you have to cyclone him twice. So you get knocked back, and then after the knockback, the druid walks forward. It's a 25-yard range. It sucks, and then you recyclone again. If you cyclone them twice, then they will not technically die. They get just brought back to full life. So this little damage here, they're immune to damage, and they don't get hit. So then they can live and continue on. As you can see, he's going to come back here, and we saved a B-res, saved a pull basically. Okay, so we had 2 people fuck up, able to help them. This you can look it up, but it's on the markers, off the markers. I can go back 10 seconds. So since it's not on the markers, as you can see, these circles are not on the markers. These 2 markers, purple and yellow. Then we play on the markers. So if they're off the markers, we play on the markers. If they're on the markers, we play off the markers. And then it's like that little crest right there. It's always the opposite the second time. Hit the Royal Voidwing here. You'll do big damage Royal Voidwing. The first one's always going to be like this. Your tank needs to blood decay and immune some shit, but just make sure your tanks do the right thing. Otherwise, they're going to explode for a ton. On the raid, that's all tank shit that I'm not going to talk about too much. Then we look here. I'm always telling people, look at the beams here. Just look at the beams. It's pointing in. We know we stay still. We do not move. And we back up. The gateway's already down. As soon as this finishes, I call a 3, 2, 1, and then they walk forward in gateway. So walk forward, gateway. Everybody's in the middle. All done. And so I roar here, make sure you get some movement speed, get to your sides, and you start your platforms. Platform progression's not bad at all. Like right now, it's not bad at all. With turbo boost and everything, this should go pretty quick. So for every guild, just make sure you got a kick order set up. It's all set up in the WoW utils, and just hit the Titan. I mean, I even think you could fucking do some cheese where you're cleaving down AoE and whatnot. And I mean, yeah, it should be pretty simple. Sorry, I should mention that those go behind each. So you're going to get massacres here. I get targeted with the far one, you'll see. So I get targeted by this one, I can see. So I know I need to go across. This person that gets targeted by this one, they go across. This one right here, they go across. This one right here, they go across. So you go across to the opposite side. So it goes through the boss, and then you're good. Motors, we try to bait towards the back. I didn't do a great job there. Should have been back farther. That gives the Amelia room. Beams pretty easy. You can stun these guys. I didn't even like to do it. I didn't want to confuse anybody with anything else. Just try to keep it bare minimum. You don't need to stun. Just heal a little extra for the reaps that come out. They don't even tick that hard. Again, massacres. So have them go through the boss and go to the opposite side, baiting motors behind. Again, I do a piss poor job. Great job, me. And then lines. Again, you're saving all your cooldowns most likely, so that's kind of why this can be a little tight, but we did this before. Turbo boost, so I'm imagining now that it's going to be pretty quick here. You're going to make pretty quick work of it. Voidwing comes in. It's the opposite. If you remember, it'll be the opposite. So we should be on the markers, and as you can, or off the markers. The circles were on the markers, so we play off the markers. There's that little crest that I'm standing by. If you can see it right here, we're all grouped. That's the stack spot. Tanks will do their stuff again, so you'll see that they'll take their breath. And then the beams are opposite again. I tell people just to look. So we're going to gate right away. We gate, walk forward and gate. I guess I missed my gate, which is great. So, oh, no, sorry. Let me back up. No. You always hoof it in at the beginning. So the first one, you always hoof it in, and then you gateway after. Sorry. Yep, I forgot about that. So, again, sorry, killed this 2 weeks ago. Basically killed it 2 weeks ago. So this one you're just watching. We got movement speed here, and now you just run it in. So run it in. Everybody makes it no problem. Get straight to the middle, and then walk out and gate. Walk out, gate. Nice and easy. So at this point, yep, now we're getting ready. I will share this picture that I created. I think everybody should create the same thing for your own guild. I'll just kind of drag this over in a second. This is what I created for our guild. And yeah, I mean, just a basically spread spot. You want to be close in at the beginning for heals. And then after the last claws come out, you want to back out so you give everybody more range. And you'll see that all here in the video. So we kind of get to your general spots, stay close for heals, and we lust now, and then pop everything. So pretty standard. I mean, I don't think we ever had anybody die to the claws. Like claws are really, you have 3 seconds between them. The one thing I will start calling is like I'll call it like 8 lines, as you can see on my weak core over here. I'm kind of watching this when it gets to 8. I'll call it defensives. So we're kind of like looking right now. We're going to use a pop of defensive, and then from here I'll say 9. Now start to back up. So now we start to spread, and then everybody should be in their spread spots. And as you see, we got a pretty nice spread. We get clawed in, no problem. Now here, first group drops a star. You need to review with your group where does melee drop and where does range. Range is really easy. They go star, star, skull. Melee is, I think it's red, orange, green. You'll just have to review it. They need to use defensive when they get these, so use these. Movement speed. And this first one is going to be go on 4 and 7, okay? So you're going on 4 and 7, which is these beams. I'll show you here in a second. As soon as these go, this one also you rotate a little bit towards X. This is the only one that you do that. It's kind of tough. So you'll see here we rotate towards X. So that's spike number 1. We're going on number 4 and number 7. Okay. So that's I'm calling 2, 3, getting ready to go, and then we go here, and everybody gets through. And you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do a blink. You just walk. I mean, I always told everybody like the fat ass chicken can just make it just by walking. Like I mean, everybody else can just make it. I don't do anything. Just whatever. We should have a wind rush here. I think we probably get it down. We might, but yeah, I mean, whatever. So you walk, that's 4. And then I'm counting 5, and then 6. I said, now you're going on this one, and we go right through. And just, you walk nice and easy. Again, we lose somebody somehow. Like, watch, like, we lose somebody here on 4. That was pretty easy. I feel like this one's even easier. This one's super simple, and we lose Tark, right? Like, I mean, just walk, Don't be greedy. Don't finish the cast, things like that. The other part that you'll have to learn is lefts and rights. Now, how we did it in our guild is we told people that lefts and rights are facing the star. Because what I want the people to do is I want them to just focus on the star and not do any damage. Like, you don't need to do damage. You can easily kill this. You can see even on this kill poll, or we don't kill it, we get it to 8%. You'll see that even with, if we would have done the mechanics, we would have easily killed the boss. So I want them facing the star, and the weak aura will tell you left or right. Right? So it'll tell you whatever star you're supposed to hit. And that is how we did it. And it worked pretty well. I don't think we had much progression with this really overall. So I'm just going to kind of let the clip play out for the rest of here. Again, a second person will get it. I don't think I ever got it this kill. But again, what I want them to do is look at their weak aura. Is it left or right? And then they just stare at the star and that's it. They don't do anything else. They just move right with it. Here again, you call whether just star, range is dropping in star, and then melee go on the other one. This one is a drop on 5 and 6. So again, those people need to use defensives. You could put externals on the people that don't have it. That shit fucking hurts though. It's really strong. So we're going on 5 and 6. So again, we kind of just play right here, and I'm calling 2, 3, 4, getting ready to go, and going on this one, going on 5. We have a couple people go early and they die, and then we have 6, go again. So it's a double go. So and that's your big pain point, right? Like people just like going too soon or just not doing what they should have. On this one, if we probably didn't lose our 2 healers, we probably would have lived and killed the boss. But we lost 2 healers right there. So it was unfortunate, but it is what it is. And again, lefts and rights. I like to tell people once this last Star Killer swing comes out, reorientate themselves by looking at Demencius's room, because that's how the map is. So if you look at Demencius's room, that's how the map works. So I say, like as you can see right there, I pause here. I think this is a pretty good tip here. I say, okay, look at Demencius' room. You'll see me pan my camera up. I look, I see the map comes up, and I say, okay, this is where I'm supposed to go next. I'm supposed to go at skull, sorry. So you see drop at skull, and I think, okay, that's to the right. That's how the map is oriented. So, yep, so we just go out. Again, we're down 2 healers at this point, maybe even 3. Yeah, we're down 3 healers, so we're solo healing at the moment. So we drop here and it hurts like a bitch. And then this was, I think, 4 and 7, I think it is. So 2, 3, I can't remember the exact numbers off my top of my head, but I had the note. So 4, and go on 5 actually, 5, and then 7 would be good. Yeah, 5 and 7 on that one. So as you can see, go right through. And then this, as you can see, we're at 15%. We have a lot dead. If we had one more healer up, we might even be able to kill it here because we're just slowly bleeding out. But that's just how free the boss is. I mean, with nearly over half the raid dead, we still almost kill it here. And like I said, we've killed this boss already. It was just I wasn't in for the kill because I went on vacation. So this was the best pull that I had from my own VODs. So you do those last 2 Star Killer swings, and that's it. You've got nothing else. You've got a ton of time. World and Twilight in 13 seconds, 12 seconds. So you got so much time to just sit here and DPS the boss freely. Yeah. That's pretty easy. Overall, I think this boss is really good. I think it's a good fight, fun. I like that it didn't have too much with the weak core integration. Thought it was just a really good fight overall. Um, yeah, I think with the turbo boost, I think your platform progression becomes a lot easier, and you might even kill the dragon at the end. So I think there's a lot of parts that turbo boost can really assist with this fight. But yeah, overall, I mean, uh, good fight, not too bad. Should be pretty easy for guilds now, as long as I think some of those things that I pointed out should help. Any comments, questions, put them in the comments below or anything like that. Happy to help out. And yeah, we're about 50% through Demencia's prog right now. So yeah, hopefully we'll have the Demi video out shortly. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy.